What's going on YouTube, Fesify Media. So it looks like SJ's appeal didn't go too well. He's literally got 2 years knocked off his sentence. It says it's been reduced from 21 years to 19 years, meaning that his parole date will be 2038 instead of 2040. He has 17 years left to serve, and this is the sad reality of joint enterprise. Shout out to SJ OFB fan page who updated me first on this on their Instagram. I see it. So let's look through the paperwork released regarding SJ. So it said Jaden O'Neill Crinchlow was also convicted of the same offences as Hamilton and Leon's and does not seek leave to appeal against conviction. He likewise was sentenced to the detention at Her Majesty's pleasure with a minimum term of 21 years and appeals against sentence with leave of the single judge. It says on the night of 22nd of February, Kamali was stabbed to death in a hair salon. In Wood Green area of London, moments earlier an associate, Jason Fraser, had been subject to a similar assault during which he sustained 8 stab wounds as well as a gunshot injury, but he survived. Now, we've already covered what happened on this channel, but it's interesting to note they did actually bring up SJ's music. It said SJ along with 2 others appeared in another video in which they rapped about the gang related activity and the possession of knives and firearms on the night before the incident. They were seen on CCTV on the Broadwater Farm estate in Tottenham. SJ did actually have some previous, which is a warning he basically got for possession of a bladed article a while back. But one of the main things in this court of appeal is the fact that the person whose life was taken, rest in peace to him, Kamali, it was not actually captured on CCTV, his final moments in that hair salon he was chased into by the group. So identifying who did exactly what will be hard, other than obviously the witnesses in the salon, which actually just moved to one side as the attack was going on. Probably wouldn't be able to point them out due to masks being weird as well. But the rule of joint enterprise shows that when you're in these groups, you do get sentenced a hefty sentence like the rest of them. Some of the people in these situations, appeals were just rejected, so they didn't get nothing off their sentence, and of course SJ got off 2 years, which is better than nothing. It was said that SJ was not involved in the McDonald's incident, and it was argued that even his role was less in the incident that he was involved or at the scene of. But in absence of any finding to the effect by the sentencing judge who had heard all the evidence in this case, we are not prepared to make a distinction on those grounds. They said it must also be said against him that the gang made off using his mother's car as a getaway vehicle and used it to change their clothes as well after the violent encounter. It was said that Davis got a reduction from 21 years to 16, and the other 3 guys that were appealing got it reduced from 21 down to 19. It said, putting all these factors together, we have come to the conclusion that the minimum term of 21 years did not make an adequate allowance for the youth and immaturity of these 3 defendants and reduced it to 19 years. They said time spent in custody prior to sentencing will count towards the minimum term in the usual way. The result, the earliest time these 3 applicants will be eligible for release is 2038, by which they'll be 35 years old, and even then each of them will only be released if the parole board is satisfied they're safe to do so. So that was the Court of Appeal results, guys. He literally got 2 years knocked off his sentence. In other OFB news, guys, Bandokay put up something regarding his dad. He said, all you funny people that are trying to do a documentary for my pops this year, true say it's coming up to 10 years since he died. Laugh out loud, I suggest you just cancel. You just waste your time because I'm not cooperating with none of you fools. Let my pops rest in peace for once. It's coming up to a whole decade. Just let him rest. I'm not too sure on exactly who's making this documentary or who's involved, but if the main person carried on his father's legacy don't want to get involved and Bandokay is not going to be in the works of it, then there's no point in doing it. And it has been a very long time, and there's already been documentaries on the situation. It's called The Lawful Killing, I believe, the documentary that was already made, and it's somewhere on YouTube. But that's all for today, guys. Subscribe to the channel for all latest UK media updates and story videos, and leave a like if you support the channel. Peace out.